News 25 is brought to you by Golden Casino Group, where you'll always find great fun, good food, and fantastic entertainment, all at Gold Town, Lakeside, and the Pahrump Nugget. News is also brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Call 727-990 today for your free consultation. If you need a lawyer, you need Nelson.
Nevada governor issues an official order warning businesses, and Nevada Highway Patrol makes a determination regarding a fatal crash. News 25 starts now.
This is News 25 with Deanna O'Donnell. News 25. Local coverage you can count on.
Governor Sisolak says he is now ordering certain businesses to close. It's Friday, March 20th. I'm Deanna O'Donnell. Well, this afternoon, Nevada State Governor Steve Sisolak cracked down on non-essential businesses who have decided to ignore his previous statement this week, asking them to close their doors to the public. Today, he now put out an official order adding that if non-essential businesses remain open to the public, they could lose their business license, face fines, or even prosecution. He left the penalty up to local governments.
Previously, I asked non-essential businesses to close their doors to the public. I am no longer asking them to do that. I am directing all non-essential businesses to close. I repeat, if you are not an essential business, I'm using my power as governor under an emergency declaration to order you to close. I'm signing a new emergency directive, the third I've signed since declaring a state of emergency. This emergency directive has specific regulations and will be available to all immediately after these remarks. There should be no confusion, and there is none in my mind. This is not the time to try to find loopholes. If your business is not essential to providing sustenance and for the everyday safety, health, and well-being of Nevadans, you must shut down so that we can give healthcare workers and our fellow citizens the best chance at fighting this virus that we can. By signing this directive, I am granting local governments the authority that they do not currently have to impose civil penalties, including fining and revoking licenses of businesses that do not shut down. If businesses defy this directive and stay open, state and local law enforcement will have the ability to treat this as a criminal act after all other options have been exhausted. This directive goes into effect at midnight tonight and will remain in place until April 16th. I hoped it would not come to this. I did not want it to come to this, but to protect all Nevadans, this is necessary.
All right, for non-essential businesses, the governor made it clear that you can service your customers by way of the internet, pickup or delivery to remain open to reduce all human contact. And of course, if you would like to find out what those essential businesses are, you can go to our local Pahrump Facebook page. Nevada Highway Patrol says that they have completed their preliminary investigation into a fatal auto versus pedestrian crash involving an ambulance that occurred here in town on Highway 160 earlier this week. NHP says that on Wednesday, March 18th, at approximately 10:42 at night, a Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue ambulance was traveling southbound on Highway 160 north of Gravel Pit Road here in Nye County. A male pedestrian was crossing the highway ahead of the ambulance and outside of a marked crosswalk. In an effort to avoid the pedestrian, the ambulance driver maneuvered the ambulance to the right shoulder. The left side of the ambulance was struck by the pedestrian. The pedestrian, who is a male adult, succumbed to injuries sustained at the crash and was pronounced deceased on scene. The identity of the male pedestrian, who is a Pahrump resident, is pending next of kin notification. This crash remains under investigation, and it marks Nevada Highway Patrol's Southern Command's 7th fatal crash, resulting in 7 fatalities for 2020. We will return right after this break.
News 25 is brought to you by Star Nursery, your garden's partner for every bloomin' thing.
Well, the White House is supporting a bailout plan to help American corporations survive the COVID-19 pandemic. and jobless claims are spiking as more workers are being laid off due to the coronavirus outbreak. Angela Miles has more.
Here's Angela Miles with today's Business First Brief.
Topping our news, billions of dollars in bailout money could soon flow into corporate America. President Trump says he supports the government buying stakes in certain companies, but does not want corporations using government aid to buy back stocks or reward executives. The president also directed the FDA to test an existing malaria drug to see if it can treat coronavirus. The Federal Reserve is creating a backstop for prime money market mutual funds. The Fed used that move during the 2008 financial crisis. The number of Americans filing for unemployment jumped by 70,000 last week as companies slimmed down due to coronavirus. Layoffs are expected to climb across the country. And the Keurig Dr. Pepper Company is backing its numbers for the year. The soft drink coffee company says it's keeping up with demand during the coronavirus crisis.
To find out where you can see us every day, go to businessfirstam.com.
Thanks so much, Angela. Well, a fence at our local park here in Pahrump was smashed recently during a two-car collision.
A pickup truck and a sedan collided at the intersection of Basin Avenue and Dahlia Street around 8 o'clock. The impact forced both vehicles off the roadway and into a fence on the south side of Petrick Park. Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue and Nye County Sheriff's Office deputies responded to the scene. Traffic was diverted around the crash scene for a short time. No serious injuries were reported. Fire Chief Scott Lewis says medics checked out the people involved, but no one was transported to the hospital. The Nye County Sheriff's Office is investigating the crash.
Well, a new Facebook page has been launched. The Nye County Sheriff's Office and Emergency Management have teamed up to help Pahrump residents shop for groceries and supplies. They've launched a new Facebook page called Pahrump Grocery Information Network, and the page will help guide shoppers to stores that have the grocery items that they need. Sheriff Sharon Morley explains in this video posted to the Sheriff's Office Facebook page this morning.
I'm here today to assure you that there's plenty of food to be found throughout the grocery stores within Nye County, and I want to urge you not to panic. My office has patrol deputies on scene to keep you safe at each large grocery store location, and we are conducting periodic patrols of the neighborhood stores in order to provide community members with the newest and most accurate information and location of grocery products arriving in Pahrump daily. My office has partnered with Nye County Emergency Management, and the grocery stores in Pahrump to create a new Facebook page, Pahrump Grocery Information Network. The object is to assist consumers in visiting the correct store at the right time to pick up supplies that they need. Please visit this Facebook page to keep up with the most up-to-date information. We're working on the same type of page for Central and Northern Nye County. Thank you, and be safe.
Well, Pahrump Utility Company Incorporated is working with state and local officials to monitor the coronavirus and its possible impacts on our community. As part of their response plan, provisions are in place to ensure appropriate water treatment and supplies and resources are available to sustain water delivery for an extended period. Even under extreme circumstances, the utility and other local water purveyors can supply water from groundwater wells. During this period of national emergency regarding the COVID-19 virus, they have closed their office to the public for walk-ins, but maintain regular business hours by email and phone. There's also a drop box available at the front door to drop off your payments and applications. Well, healthcare is an essential service. As such, many local doctors' offices are still open for patients, though some have shortened their hours. Optometrist Dr. George Leeks says it's important for patients to get the care they need and provide a safe environment.
Thank you for calling Dr. Leeks' office. This is Alexis. How can I help you?
During this time, we're going to limit our services and our staffs, but we will be open from 8 to 3 every day. And we will take calls for emergencies and urgencies and questions. If you have a question about what you should do, we will be answering our phones during that time. Just like over the past 30 years, we've been in the community. We want to continue to be in the community and be for our clients and patients right here in Pahrump. If you have an eye disease such as glaucoma, go ahead and call and we'll see and make sure everything is going okay. If it's like you're running out of medication and you need a refill, we can call that directly into the drugstore so that you don't have to come out and be in the crowds as much as you have to. I want to assure everybody that we're doing our level best to keep our staff and our patients safe. We're following the guidelines that have been set forth by the CDC and as well as the National Optometric Association and our local state association. We're wiping down our chairs and equipment at least every 2 hours, and we wear face masks and offer them to the patients who would like to have them.
All right, more news right after this break.
This segment of the news is brought to you by Mountain West Lawyers, Nye County's injury attorneys. Don't get bullied by insurance companies. Call Jason Ernest and bully them back at 775-727-9500.
Well, the White House Task Force press briefing in the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services has announced that all elective surgeries, non-essential surgeries, medical, surgical, and dental procedures be delayed during the 2019 novel coronavirus outbreak. As more healthcare providers are increasingly being asked to assist with the COVID-19 response, it is critical that they consider whether non-essential surgeries and procedures can be delayed so that they can preserve personal protective equipment, beds, and ventilators. Well, cold and flu season is especially hard on kids, and now we have the coronavirus pandemic to deal with too. But having a sick child at home doesn't necessarily mean the entire family should catch the bug. Erica Foreman has more on how to increase your chances of staying healthy while caring for your little one when they're sick.
Every parent knows at some point their child will come home with a virus. Dr. Frank Esper of Cleveland Clinic Children says the best way to keep it from spreading is good hand washing. He also recommends designating a primary caregiver.
If there's one caregiver in the house, make sure that's a caregiver and that's the main caregiver, rather than every hour it's someone new, because then you're just exposing more and more individuals.
When older children get sick, it's best to have them stay in their rooms to cut down exposure for the rest of the family.
It is very good if you have a large family to keep them confined to one area of the house, maybe one floor of the house, rather than letting them all over the place with everybody else.
It's a good idea to avoid sharing utensils, cups, and drinks. You may also want to put hand hygiene reminders around the house, like a bottle of hand sanitizer.
I would definitely have one in the kitchen, at the dining room table, or in the living room by the TV if they're, sometimes they're propped up there on the couch, making sure that they have easy and quick access, because the best thing to do is to wash your hands multiple times during the day.
At Cleveland Clinic, I'm Erica Foreman.
Well, Dr. Esper says that most viruses like to live on our hands, but some can live on surfaces for an hour or more. He recommends cleaning contaminated surfaces with soap or bleach, which will eliminate the virus on contact. Well, the closure of all bars to the public is causing anxiety for some small business owners. The Bearded Lady Saloon in Pahrump opened just a couple months ago, and now the owners wonder if they'll be able to make ends meet until life gets back to normal, and when they can open their doors again.
Well, it was going really great, except for a couple days ago when we had to shut down. So, yeah, business was going really good, and we were really excited to be open, and then pandemic came in and took over, and now we can't open the doors. We've been shut for a couple of days. I'm really a little confused, as to how long it's going to be, or if it's really even, necessary. But they tell us to shut it down. We got to shut it down. So.
And then you also are part owner of the Hub, right? And you have food there. So what's going to happen with that?
We were told that if you serve food, you can be open for to-go orders only. So we are allowing people to call in orders, actually. So we have our phone number posted outside the door. It's also on our Facebook page and everything. So We are still serving food, but you have to call in the order and it's to go only. You cannot come in and drink, you can't come in and hang out. We will bring the food out to you. And we're just doing what we can to, you know, survive. It's not just me that's going to be hurting financially. It's my employees that, you know, I can't can't pay them and I can't let them work. So
Your husband has some health issues, and you've been having to take on those extra medical expenses. So it's kind of coming from all different areas right now, right?
yeah, it's kind of when it rains, it pours. Yeah, he had a heart attack back in January. And so we've been, you know, handling that, and the medical bills are coming in. And he was supposed to have a fundraiser on the 29th, but with everything shut down, we can't do that now either. So we are going to make a GoFundMe for Andrew, since we can't do the actual event at the bar. So we'll just make a GoFundMe page for now to, you know, if anybody can help out in any way, it'd be much appreciated.
Well, you can follow the Bearded Lady and the Hub on Facebook. You can also find the phone number for the Hub if you're interested in ordering food for takeout.
News 25 Weather Cam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
All right, on our weather cam, we're just going to show you a little bit about what's happening outside. We're going to have your weather right after this break.
News 25 Weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. The splash of cream in your coffee, the dollop of sour cream on your burrito, the melted toasty cheese on your pizza. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
All right, today in Las Vegas, high of 59, low of 49 tonight. Death Valley, 68, 53. Amargosa, 55, 41. Beatty's high today, 60, with a low tonight of 36. Goldfield, 41, 25. Tonopah's high, 39, 23 tonight. Carson City, 50 and a 23 temperature as your low. Fallon, 52, 25. And Fernley, 52, 27. Here in Pahrump, partly cloudy with your high of 58 degrees, winds out of the southwest at 4 miles per hour, humidity up there at 34%, sunrise 646. Tonight we're going to have some cloudy skies with your low of 44 degrees here in Pahrump, winds out of the east-northeast at 3 miles per hour, humidity up there at 55%, and sunset 656. Your 7-day forecast shows an increase in rain on Monday, 60% there, both Saturday and Sunday, mostly cloudy skies. On Sunday, we have 11-mile-an-hour winds coming in from the south. Saturday's high 62, a low of 44. Sunday, 67, 47. Monday, we're going to have that possibility of rains and the winds 11 miles per hour out of the south-southwest with your high of 62, a low of 45. We'll see how that pans out through the rest of the week. Mostly cloudy skies all the way through Thursday and Friday. The sun's coming back out. We have some winds happening there in the mid-teens up to the 20s right there. And then, of course, our highs on Tuesday, 64, low of 42. Dipping down on Wednesday to your high of 57, 38. Thursday, high of 56, 36. And Friday, sunny skies with your high of 61, low of 42. And let's go to Darby right now with today's Save a Pet.
Today's Save a Pet is proudly sponsored by Jason Ernest with Mountain West Lawyers. Call 775-727-9500.
Hi, I'm Darby here at Desert Haven Animal Society, and today we are joined with Bunny. Bunny is a long-hair, all-black cat with beautiful green eyes. She was actually born in the shelter, and she was an owner surrender recently because the owner was moving into a new home that had dogs, and so she just felt a little uncomfortable bringing her along. She is super friendly, very sweet, loving. She likes being held. She's a little on the chunky side, which is like always my favorite with cats. So if you'd like to see Bunny and all of her friends here in the cat room at Desert Haven Animal Society, they're on Cedar Lane by the Nye County Courthouse. You can give them a call at 775-751-7020. And just so everyone knows, Desert Haven Animal Society will be closing their doors to the public for 30 days, but they will be accepting appointments. So if you would like to come and visit the cats or the dogs, you have to make an appointment. So give them a call at 775-751-7020. If you are looking to go and surrender your animal, they are requesting that you give them a call ahead of time so that you can send them some photos of your animal so they can attempt to rehome your animal before you even bring them to the shelter.
All right, that's going to wrap up this edition of News 25 from all of us here at KPVM-TV and Ace Country Radio. We hope you have a wonderful weekend. We'll see you back here on Monday.